It is so good to be back here on A's Cast Live. We haven't been on since Nashville and the winter meetings, and we are down in Mesa, Arizona for the next couple of days for fantasy camp. Dallas Braden is going to lead us off here, as fantasy camp is always a very special time of the year, and it gets me thinking, right? Because winter meetings is awesome, because winter meetings is the business of baseball. But there's no fields, there's no uniforms, there's no one talking trash. It's not baseball. It's like we get New Year's, we know baseball's coming, but all of a sudden, here we are at fantasy camp, it's real again. We've got dirt, we've got grass, we got trash talk, we got bad coffee. It's time for baseball season.
Tony, it is the physical form of the hot stove season is what it is, right? And that hot stove just starts to get a little warmer. You start to crank it up just a little hotter. And fantasy camp, at least for me anyway, absolutely is a part of that flame. It's a part of that igniter that gets baseball season, baseball juices flowing in baseball fans' veins again. And I mean, this is a family affair out here. And I mean family from top to bottom. Organizationally, it's a family affair with the folks who come out and have continued to come out all the way from all corners of the globe. We've got Australians. It is definitely the time of year that I look forward to, maybe the most, aside from spring training, because that's the official stamp that baseball is here. But before that, this is the precursor. I absolutely love this.
Well, last night we had our little get-together event. Obviously, the fans love you, love Dave Stewart, love all of the coaches. Bobby Crosby, we're going to get a little bit later because he's got a wedding tomorrow. Or he's got a wedding whenever it is, he's got to go today. We're going to have everybody on down here. But, you know, I thought about one of the biggest compliments I could have got was from, you talked about Australian, a guy by the name of Ash. We're going to have on the program. He's a big A's Cast Live and A's Cast listener, and he's a huge A's fan because of Dave Stewart. He's come all the way from Australia for this event. It's that type of story that makes fantasy camp so special. But then I'm going to give you what really makes fantasy camp special. So I ran in real quick to get everybody some waters and some Red Bulls to get us ready for the show. And I'm walking down. There's the first, behind us are fields. I guess this would be field 2. And what field is this? 3. So between field 1 and 4, the first 2 fields that you see, I come walking out, and I'm walking out with the commissioner, and Dave Stewart's heated. And he's yelling at this guy. Doesn't say hello to me. Hey, Stu, what's up? Just starts yelling at this. So the first thing you get here at fantasy camp is a teed up, hacked off, whatever you want to say it, Dave Stewart. Games haven't even started and Dave Stewart's angry.
And Tony, it was last season. It was last season where my team and Stu's team were about to lock up for the championship, and there were some discrepancies in the rule book, and I found myself standing at home plate, and I got Stu basically staring a hole through my soul as he's telling me that the rules are not right. This is BS. And I'm like, yes, sir. You are. Yep. Yes, you are correct. Someone make him right, make me wrong. Like what? Like it just. But that's the kind of energy. That's the kind of fun we have as coaches here, because that's the kind of energy that's going on from the players, right? They're so invested in having fun, and they want to win. It gets competitive, but the take-home message is having as much fun as we do, knowing that ultimately it doesn't mean a damn thing, and it's the fun that we're having that we're going to remember, and that's what keeps bringing people back.
Yeah, we had Stu on in Nashville. He has the suit on. He's got his Nashville Stars dream, trying to make it happen there, getting a team in Major League Baseball, becoming an owner. But you put an A's uniform on him out here, and he's back to being smoke.
That's a flip. That's a flip of the switch that I don't know that he could even control, you know. And we get into the bullpen, and this is one of my favorite things about it. Shooty, for so many years, had the great Bert Campaneris here at Fantasy Camp with us, and that was one of Shooty's idols, right? And for him to be able to be at camp with Campy and just hang out with that guy, and what that meant to him, what it means to him to have those memories. I feel the same way because I have Dave Stewart in the bullpen with me. I've got Greg Catteray down there in the bullpen with me, just hanging out, talking pitching. So the idea of you walking in and seeing Stu in the uni and the stare and
Angry,
listening to him just absolutely rip somebody's heart out at 9:30 in the morning at fantasy camp, like that's what you love about it, man.
Yeah, it's real, folks. It is real. By the way, you're the defending champion. Congratulations.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
You're here to you're here to repeat. There's a lot of talk about how Bill Belichick is no longer the head coach of the Patriots. Nick Saban has stepped down. Guys who have won multiple championships. I mean, when I think of the great leaders in the history of the game, I mean, obviously Dallas Braden, you're a winner.
I'm not going to put myself on the Mount Rushmore of fantasy camp managers / championships because really there isn't one. I would be the only face on that, so that's unfair. And I'm glad you brought it up, Tony, to answer your question. Our team's name is Run It Back. Run It Back. It's pretty simple. I think it's self-explanatory. We're champions, and we're just looking to run it back. So that's kind of the vibe we're putting out there as a club, as a squad.
Remember when Pat Riley trademarked three-peat?
Yes. Oh,
you're like the Pat Riley of fantasy camp.
This satin right here just reeks of championship sweat.
That is an old one too.
This is an OG. This is original. I told you. This is the one that you've been slobbering all over. Yeah, this is the OG.
I'll even take that cream-colored one. When are you going to hook me up with the starter jacket?
I told you, 2024 is our year, baby.
Okay,
yes.
Okay. So, yeah, you're looking for a repeat, and I know, for obviously we're all out here just to have a great time. But for the coaches and the trash talk, it's big for you.
Oh, it's top-notch.
Yeah.
It's top-notch because, again, now you're hanging around guys, and like you said, you put Stu in the uniform, you put Steiny in the uniform, and you get Steiny and Carney together. And with the success that those guys have had and the relationships that they have formed, it's almost unfair the way that they can kind of tag team, triple team, and especially for a young meathead like me, like around those guys, I have nothing to say. What am I going to say to those guys? So I just get buried.
Can you really trash talk Carney Lansford?
Well, no, because again, there just becomes a point in time where Carney's kind of looking at you as like, just don't. Just don't. Just don't. You're like, get it. Because Carney's the type of guy where if you walk in early in the morning and he's having a certain cereal for breakfast and you're undecided, you're just going to have that cereal because that's just, don't just follow.
He's an A's Hall of Famer. He's a batting champion. He's a World Series champion. He's an all-star.
Yes.
At some point, you can only push the button so much.
Right. He's a green and gold god. Let's be real. Like there's no pushing back there.
That is great. The relationships, as you said, one of the reasons why we like coming down here and we always want to promote this, it's you get the sense of family here as people come here with their it's sons, it's daughters, it's parents. It's amazing. Everybody. It's just not a bunch of guys who come. It's like a family down here.
Oh, man.
Just talk about the family atmosphere and how these people really have become such good friends of yours.
Well, they've become incredible friends of mine. Like I can mention, a father-son combo, David and Melody Record. Like they're huge A's fans, have been lifelong A's fans, season ticket holders. They sit behind home plate every home game, and they've been coming out here for God knows how long. They were coming before I was here, so I've been lucky enough to meet them, and I've become part of their world. And because that's been the case, they've been so welcoming of my family, which this is the first year my family will not be out here, which kind of feels weird. I kind of feel naked not having my little girls run around, my dogs running around, and my wife and my grandma out here. But that's what it has been since I've been coming out here, is exactly that, Tony, is that family environment where you get to come and enjoy the game and enjoy people who love the game and love the team that you love, all on the same level. And it's just like being around like-minded individuals. It's fun and it benefits you. And as a fan, I couldn't think of another way to celebrate your fandom and share in that celebration of fandom than with other people who love it as much as you do. Like, where do you get together? What do those kind of conventions look like? They look like this. They look like fantasy camp. Get and talk to you and the commander out here at the tower, watching dreams get lived out, man. This is awesome.
For you, it's the kids are getting older, and it's a whole different ball game when kids are in school.
Yes, that's a fact. That
you
is
used
why
to travel all around, do whatever you
Uh-huh.
want. Now you realize, we can't do what we used to do.
Yep, you're kind of anchored down. But you know what? I think it makes it all the more special being able to think back and having those memories and having the opportunity to have made those. I know that that's still in the future as well. I would hope so anyway. So you take advantage of those moments, and I think that just helps them become all the more special. So when you're able to take advantage of an opportunity or an experience like this, it really kind of helps it stick with you.
All right, one more, because I know you got to go and get to your team, and it's
we're already winning too. I just didn't want.
You're already.
Yeah.
He's
Not
already.
That matters.
He's I mean, if you could take everything from Pete Carroll, Nick Saban, Bill Belichick, and then Dallas Braden, you could make one hell of a coach.
Oh man, I mean, those guys would be lucky to be put in my sentence, right?
Your DNA in there. But on a serious note, because I had this conversation with Bobby Crosby, and we'll talk to him a little bit later, former Rookie of the Year, and it's something I'm going to address today, and it's about, a lot of what's going on around us. Obviously, there's a lot of chaos, and there's a lot of unknown and stuff. But like I told Bobby today, and Bobby liked this because now as a manager, he gets that perspective. I kind of see myself that oversee people. And I like to whether it's the commanders or other people in our group is, hey, listen, amongst the chaos, we need to thrive. Mm-hmm. We need to get better. We need to continue to do what we do no matter what happens around us. We always are striving to do what's best at the highest possible level. And I think of as someone like yourself as a player, and I just did the hot stove banquet to Santa Clara. It's the big hot stove banquet. We honored Lucas Ursig of the A's, Nico Horner of the Chicago Cubs, a kid from Oakland. And, it's one thing that I've always thought about, and I talked with a couple of the minor leaguers that were there. Guys want to come to Oakland. Why? Because they're going to get an opportunity. Throughout the chaos, you can get opportunity. And you can talk about that as someone who's been around this. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of unknown also going on. But for the players, this is a place you're going to get a chance. A chance of playing the big leagues.
You have to wake up with your glass. This is why it's important to wake up with your glass half full. And you can wake up and you have a decision to make. You can be a faucet or you can be a drain, right? You can drain the energy out of a situation, or you can be the faucet that pours the positivity into it. And that's your decision. And nobody else gets to make that decision but you, each and every morning. So with the opportunities that are presented in front of you, it's up to you to filter that in a positive manner. And it's comfortable in the shade, but what do we know about that? Nothing grows there. So this is once in a lifetime sort of territory, right? To be able to focus and put the horse blinders on and just go to work. Because as you said, we're surrounded by incredible people who love what they do and are damn good at it. And it would be insanity for us to not take advantage of people with that kind of work ethic, with that kind of drive, and that kind of passion for the game, for what they do, and for just being great. And we are lucky to be around that. So amongst the chaos, as you have said, is a great opportunity to find the calm, to create the calm yourself. And if you're around people who are pulling on the rope in the same direction, for me, it's almost easy to turn the noise down.
I mean, when you think of legendary head coaches, managers, Dallas Braden, go win another one. Go win another chance. And by the way, I mean, the starter jacket's beautiful.
Yep. I know you're going to be watching.
The original's beautiful.
That's right, baby.
That's our generation.
That's it.
I don't think. Do you remember starter jackets?
That's it.
When how big they were?
Yeah, because they were really big. Like especially when I was a kid. Because I remember growing up in the '90s, kids love starter jackets. Now they're making their way back, and Dallas is at the forefront of it.
My wife has her mother's. So my in-laws were huge 49ers. Candlestick Park
the
season.
Old Goldie.
Mom, the red satin female starters 49er jacket.
Sure.
My wife still has.
Sure, that is crispy.
Yeah,
that is crispy.
I mean,
it's not the green. Oh,
yeah,
it's crispy.
Well, I'm a Raider guy, so it makes me want to throw up. But you got to help me out, bro.
We'll lock you in, Saudi.
All right, thank you very much.
All right,
good
brother.
luck.
Thanks
Great
for having
Dallas
me, boys.
Braden joining us right here on A's Cast Live.